Well, it was a trying time, for everybody. It was keeping the team safe, keeping the team focused on their studies, but also, trying to provide that special time in the fall where it's like we all come back, we get together as a team, we prepare for a season. Once we learned that we weren't going to have one, things changed a little bit, and it was about stringing together practices that we could be proud of and that we could be getting better in. We were really lucky, and I think very fortunate to have the opportunity, I think, to keep practicing and to lift and those types of things, and a lot of hard work from a lot of people around here to make sure that happened and allow that to happen, and learn how to operate under these circumstances. It's just like anything, it was all new to everybody, and we're getting along. We learned a little bit about ourselves as a team. I think like anything, when you have it taken away from you a little bit, it maybe adds to the hunger a little bit more too. So I think we're certainly came out hungry, ready to play, and we're, again, very fortunate to have this spring season, a very special spring season. We were fortunate to have that to look forward to. I think that was a big thing for us. It's like, hey, let's get through this semester. Let's try to string practices together. Let's get some things in place, get to know each other a little bit, because we have a lot of newcomers as well, and get our studies done. Take a break and come back and get after it. Spring 2021 GLIAC championship season is, I think, the way, like, the vocabulary behind that, right? So it's like we have an opportunity to do something we haven't done as a group or as a program in a very long time, and that's to win a GLIAC championship. In a way, it allows us not having those matches before the GLIAC, the crossover, or anything, potentially afterwards. It just laser focus on week by week, win your games, move on, keep going, and play in a GLIAC championship tournament that should be unlike any we've really ever seen. And it's still built around this one goal we have as a program, and that's to win a GLIAC championship. So, and as everything that we want to take from that anyway into what fall next year would be, can only come from having a good spring season and learning and building and geez, if we were to accomplish that goal and win a championship, or there's no better way to parlay that than in going into the fall next year. Unlike some other sports, we are used to playing back-to-back games. So game planning is the key word there, right? So nothing much changes in terms of like the physical load of playing back-to-back. But to your point, how does it change our strategy? I think that I don't know yet entirely. I'd imagine it changes in that it allows each team, both sides of it, to focus their scouting and their game planning on just one team. And I think that ought to make the games more competitive any way you shake that out, right? Because there is just one less team to have to worry about for each side. It just allows each team to be able to pick up maybe some more things about their opponent, spend a little bit more time focused on that. At the same time, given the way that it plays, and I'm noticing this from other teams, lineups change more often. And so I don't know how that affects things in terms of the scouting, but I imagine it does. And what a team looks like one night may be very different the next night, especially when you add COVID to that and everything else. So it's a wait and see. But I think the first thing is going to be you're going to see games be closer. Working with all the conference coaches this year has been a real treat, and I think that we were all very collaborative, and it was really nice working together with everyone, knowing that everyone's heart was in the right place, and we generally got along in the same ideas when trying to put together this season, and I'm just very grateful to be part of all that. That being said, I'm excited to start competing again. The league is going to be good. The league always is. I suspect a lot of competition out of Fair State again. They're always kind of the gold standard there. Another team in the South that is really intriguing this year for me is Grand Valley, with some of the additions that they've had and who they're bringing back. A really young team that I thought was playing pretty well there all season last year. The last year with Ashland in the conference, it should be interesting as well. Always a good team. And our North Division here is going to be competitive. I think you're going to see, for different reasons, various reasons, a very competitive season. I don't think there's going to be too much top heaviness here. I think they're going to see see a lot of even play. And I know for sure in working with all those coaches that everyone's eager to play. So where everyone starts is to remain to be seen. None of us have played in a long time, and that's true for everybody. But that's going to affect everyone a little bit differently, but also the same. I think that you're going to see a lot of even competition all year. We have a lot of good teammates. That's a kind of an obscure answer, but I love the way our team has learned and is acting as a team and as teammates. We have a lot of people who really are invested, and I think along with that comes some wisdom. I think that our team is smart. Yes, academic. I mean, like volleyball-wise, they know what I think they know the things that they have to do to accomplish the things that we want to accomplish. And I think more than any other year I've had, I feel that from this team. There is a lot of returning talent at the top and our upperclassmen, but at the same time it's complemented with a pretty solid dose of new and exciting. It's like any way you shake it, we're going to have 2 new starting middles this year, which I think the candidates for that are exciting. We have 6 freshmen. In 2 transfers. It changes the dynamic of your personality, is your team personality a little bit there, and I think for the good they've been embraced well and they're adjusting pretty well. But that mix of we have a core group of returners that have been part of a lot and some recent success, in combination with this shot of youth and new people that I think really are going to learn a lot this year from that returning group, and hopefully a lot of it is, like I just said, being a good teammate and working extra hard, and the things we do in the weight room and what's required. When you have a group of returners, I think that we do, it makes my job a lot easier.